So it's been an age-long concern about WordPress. Why are WordPress websites slow? Now in this video, we're looking at why WordPress websites are slow and 5 ways that we can avoid them, right? So talking about the first one, which is great hosting provider. Now many people talk about using a plugin, right? Not one plugin. From research I've made and also from experience, no one plugin is going to do the magic for you. Now caching is one of them, but caching is just one of the things that you should do in order to make your website very fast. Alright, but the first one is a great hosting provider. Now, what are some of the things you should look at? I've gone ahead to check for some of them: Hostinga, SiteGround, and some of them like that. Now, what are some of the things you should look out for? Now, one of them is the storage space, right? One of them is the storage space, and also you should look out for SSD, right, over HDD, right, hard disk drive. So you look out for solid state drive over HDD because it's faster. Now, something else you could be looking out for is the memory limits. So you want to know what the memory limit is on that particular hosting platform. Now, the second thing that you can do to make your WordPress website very fast is the theme that you use. Now, the theme that you use, appearance and then go to theme. Now, there are some very heavy theme and there are also some very light theme. And this video showing up there, we showed 5 themes that you can use for your WordPress website. Talked about Astra, talked about Blocksy, talked about Cadence, and some of them like that. Now, the reason you choose a light theme is so that it doesn't drag your site, because the heavier your theme is, the more it's going to tell on your site. And when users come on your site, they're not exactly checking for the beauty, they're checking for how fast is this, how many seconds does it load, and all of that. Now, the third thing you want to look at is the plugins. Now, when trying to install plugins, now installing a lot of plugins to your website can make your website look very functional, right? Look very beautiful. But mind you, the payoff of your plugin is that it's going to demand more from your server. It's going to demand more from your database. So the more query it sends to your website, the more it drags and the more it delays to load. So when trying to set up your website, check for the relevant plugins, right? If it's an e-commerce, get the e-commerce, the WooCommerce, or any other one you're using. If it's a site that's going to have a form, get the form. But at most, for a simple site, recommend it around 15 plugins, because you need security, you need form, you need Elementor if you are building with Elementor, and all of that. You also need your caching plugin as well. Now, the fourth thing that you should do is your caching plugin, right? Your caching plugin, which is very important. Now, this is the one that is very popular, but it's just one of the things that you do to make your WordPress website load very fast. So caching plugin, just check for cache, and you can actually use any of them, right, that are recommended there. There is Lightspeed, there is W3 Total Cache. You can just check the recommendation here. And what it does for you, I've gone ahead to install Lightspeed Cache. So what it does for you is that it helps to compress some images. It also helps to minify your CSS code. What it means is that it helps to remove the unwanted code, right, and just leave it very simple. Now, it also does the caching for you. If you go to caching, now you see that enable cache is on, cache logged in users. Now, the easiest way to describe what caching is having those your mostly used accessories on your table while the rest stays in the wardrobe. So it's more like when you try to load a site for the first time, it picks the site from the scratch and then try to load your images, try to load all of that. But when you reload the site, it's already cached. So what it means that it has already stored those pictures and then it just brings it up because it's the most recently requested. Now, that's what we do about cache. You can check all of this: image optimization, try to make sure that the image is optimized, go to image optimization, optimize original images, and yes, you turn it on. Now, the last thing, which is the fifth thing you should do to make your WordPress website very fast, is optimized images. Now, if your images are not optimized, your image is going to drag your site. Alright, your image is going to drag your site. Now, there are 2 ways that I do this. One of them is to go to, apart from using the cache plugin, one of them is to go to any resizing tool online. Go to any resizing tool, just resize online, and then you see some of them. So you can reduce your image size without losing so much quality. Now, the other way, which is what I like to do more, is it's called Squash. It's a free software. Now, what I love about Squash is that it changes your image from JPEG to whatever file type you want, and recommended is to go with WP because this is optimized for modern websites, WebP rather, to go with WebP. Now, when you do that, see that a file of 93.4 KB has been reduced to by 38%, 58.2 KB, and then you've already changed on to WebP. You can resize this to make sure that the width is maybe, let's say, 600 and all of that. Now if I zoom in, you see the difference, right? Now if I make this one to be 900, you can keep doing this and then you see the difference. Not so much difference, and this has reduced the size, and then you just come and download it, then go to your website and upload. Now that way you're able to optimize your image so that when they come on your site, they don't drag your site. Now when you're done with all of that, how do you check if the speed of your website is great? There's Speed Insights. You can use Google Speed Insights to check. Just put in your URL here and then analyze. It's going to bring out the percentage, what you are rating and all of that, so you can keep making tweaks to your website and also coming here to check. The other one is GT Matrix. Okay, and then you can use the both of them. Page Insight, the same thing, just put in your URL here and then test now. So as you keep making changes to your website, you can be coming here to check the speed and also controlling all of that, so that when people come on your site, they don't bounce off because your site is taking so long to load. Hope this video was very valuable to you. Please like, leave a comment, share, so that more people can get access to this and so that we can keep producing more of this valuable content. See you next time. Bye.